Hey everybody, it's Amanda again. I just finally got around to doing the hypnosis session for seeing the event for myself. I've never done one, and I know I recorded it, but I also just listened to it because I finally got a few minutes to do that, and I wanted to see where I was going to be during the event because I've never done that. And I guess, I don't know if I've never tried to channel that information or not, or I'm just too busy doing other things. But anyway, so I took a bunch of notes as soon as it was over, and I'm just going to go through and tell you what I saw, which is very weird and different from what I've heard other people talk about. Not completely different. There's some similarities, but okay, so here we go. So I came down in pine trees, like a lot of pine trees, and I have no idea where this would be. I am not planning to go anywhere soon. I don't know why I would be in pine tree. I don't know where. I didn't recognize this place. So I kind of didn't trust it at first. I'm like, am I really coming down in pine trees? You know, I was like sort of analyzing, is this really what I'm seeing? And then I saw myself sitting around a campfire with some people. And it was like early evening. It had gotten dark, or it was just getting dark. I could see stars. So I guess it was clear. It was chilly because I was wearing layers. I might even have been wearing a hat or something to keep warm, and we had the fire going. And I was just sitting around with some people talking and laughing. I was very relaxed. My kids weren't there, so I got the feeling that they were either like asleep in a camper or asleep in a cabin nearby or something like that. I wasn't worried about them, and they weren't sitting around the campfire or running around. So, yeah, so my husband was sitting next to me on my left, and there was somebody on my right, but I couldn't figure out who it was. Like I couldn't see them. I just knew there was somebody sitting to my right, and I don't know who it was. And then my mother-in-law, and I think her boyfriend was there, but I'm not sure. Pretty sure he was, because I saw him later. Okay. And then to the left of my husband was his brother, and then his brother's wife. I'm not sure if there was any other people on the other side or not. I couldn't tell. But I definitely saw my husband's family was there, and there was somebody else to my right that I don't know who that was. I looked the same. Actually, I looked kind of younger, which is weird. I don't know what that means. Maybe I think of myself as older than I really look or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we're all sitting around this fire. And so then when I went to the moment of the event, right before, I was feeling this feeling of expansion or expandedness, that feeling like you've got a balloon inside your chest and it's inflating and you're just like, you know, like, and in your head, it's just like this expansion, this, I don't even know. That's the best way I can explain it. And that was somebody in the comment section of one of my other videos described it that way, like a balloon is inflating inside of you. That's what it started to feel like. And then I'm not sure if I saw like a mist. I don't remember, like maybe I was preoccupied, but I didn't remember seeing it come in like a wave. I just all of a sudden noticed everything looked misty, and then in a snap, everything was white. And the quality of this whiteness is the weirdest thing ever, because it was as if someone turned off reality. They just like flipped the switch on reality, and all of a sudden there was nothing. There was no backdrop. There was no, you couldn't see yourself. There was no shadows. There was nothing. Everything was completely white. It wasn't bright like a solar flash or like a flare of a fire or anything like that, or a light switch or anything like that. It was just like in a blink, everything was white. And I reached out my arms on both sides to see if the people that had been there were still there, and I could still feel them. And I felt like I was looking around and I still existed, but everything was just gone. Like I couldn't, there was just nothing. And it wasn't a black nothing, it was a complete white nothing. It reminds me, it's kind of like the Star Trek Next Generation where they're on the holodeck, and they can make it look like anything they want. Only when they turned off the holodeck, it was like a black background with green lines or something, like grid lines. But this was just white, and I couldn't even see the people that were there. It wasn't like the background disappeared and we were all still sitting there, because our perceptions of ourselves were even wrong. So that was gone too. So, I don't know, I think that lasted long enough for me to put my arms out and to sit there and go, what's happening? And then all of a sudden, that light was gone. It was day. It had been night. It was day. But the light had a weird quality to it, like kind of a yellowish, everything had a yellowish cast. And I remember my brother-in-law standing up saying, what the F was that? Or what the F just happened? Or whatever. That's like something he would say, of course. And I don't remember what my husband was doing. I don't remember him responding. But I remember looking around, and I looked over at my mother-in-law and her boyfriend and my sister-in-law, and they all looked like they were frozen. Like frozen, not frozen at temperature, but frozen in time, or they were catatonic. They were not moving at all, not blinking. Their eyes were open as if when that blink happened, that snap happened, they're suspended. Oh, maybe that's what they were talking about, suspended animation for like people on planes and stuff. Huh. Anyway, so they weren't moving. And maybe my husband was frozen too. I don't know. Because I didn't look at him, because I felt like my brother-in-law was talking to him though, so maybe he was just being very calm, because he takes everything in very easily. He's very calm about things. So, and he's got a heads up about this, so he won't be completely shocked. Anyway, so then in the next second I thought, wait a minute, I don't feel like there's been any change, okay? There was a big white moment there, and some people are catatonic, but I don't feel like, where's the love wave? And then all of a sudden, whoosh, it came through. And I started crying just with the gratitude and the beautifulness and of just like everything. That doesn't even subscribe. That doesn't even describe it. But yeah, so there was the whiteness, a flash of, not even a flash. I mean, it lasted a few seconds or more. It was just like, it came in a blink. There might have been some mist before it, but maybe my rational brain just went, oh, it's smoke because we're sitting around a fire, or it's evening, so it's fog or something. And then that, in a blink, everything was white. You couldn't even see yourself, but I could feel the people beside me. And then everything came back, but it was day when it had been night. And some people were catatonic, and some of us weren't. And then came the I couldn't see it, but there was a rush of a wave. This wave, the love wave, sort of came through, and gratitude, and just reduced me to tears. And then let's see. Yeah, it was when I started to cry, and I started crying in real life, because I felt that feeling before in that meditation I did about what the event would feel like. That was back in February last year. I did a video on that. It was that. It was that feeling. So, and then I brought everybody. That was the end of my hypnosis recording. I was like, dang it, I should have left more time there. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. I'm looking over my notes to see. Yeah, the only other thing I forgot to mention is that when the white disappeared in a blink, just as fast as it had come, the campfire was out, and it was cold. Like, I don't know what happened in that white space, or if time reset, or I don't know. Now I'm going to have to go do a channeling or another session to find out, like, why were they catatonic, and what happened, and what, I don't know. There's a lot more questions now that I did this. But I want to share this with you guys in case anybody else had an experience with the white time. or if you've heard about anybody else doing any kind of thing, hypnosis related to the event or QHHT or anything. If anybody has mentioned a white space, then please share it, because I have not heard of this, and I have not heard of people being catatonic either. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, if you know of anything, let me know. And if you've done the hypnosis session and you haven't shared your story, please, please, please share, because I love comparing notes with everybody else's perceptions, because then you can get a kind of a bigger picture perspective on all of it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share. And yeah, leave me a comment if you want to discuss. Much love. Bye.